This is Thomas on the air. Pulling back the curtains, truth is laid bare. No fake smiles, no filters, no disguise. Just a raw reflection in your mind's eyes. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brothers stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. They say the world's gone crazy, twisted and strange, but wisdom lasts through every kind of change. Step up, wake up, take control of the fight. We're breaking chains with every word we write. Thomas bringing truth like pages from the past. A voice that echoes, never fading fast. It's a podcast, but it feels like more. Opening doors you've never seen before. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brothers stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Thomas bringing truth like pages from the past. A voice that echoes, never fading fast. It's a podcast, but it feels like more. Opening doors you've never seen before. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brothers stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Fades with a confident cadence, supported by laid back beat, them smooth bass line. The vibe is gritty, yet motivation. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Yeah, yeah. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Yeah. Brothers stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Fades with a confident cadence, supported by laid back beats and a smooth bass line. The vibe is gritty, yet motivation. Yeah. Yeah. Yo. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype.
Yeah. Mic check 1, 2. This is Thomas on the air. Pulling back the curtains, truth is laid bare. No fake smiles, no filters, no disguise. Just a raw reflection in your mind's eyes. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brothers stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. They say the world's gone crazy, twisted and strange, but wisdom lasts through every kind of change. Step up, wake up, take control of the fight. We're breaking chains with every word we write. Thomas bringing truth like pages from the past. A voice that echoes, never fading fast. It's a podcast, but it feels like more. Opening doors you've never seen before. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brothers stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Thomas bringing truth like pages from the past. A voice that echoes, never fading fast. It's a podcast, but it feels like more.
Opening doors you've never seen before. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brother, stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Fades with a confident cadence, supported by laid back beat through smooth bass line. The vibe is gritty, yet motivation. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Yeah, yeah. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Yeah. Brother, stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Fades with a confident cadence, supported by laid back beats and a smooth bass line. The vibe is gritty, yet motivation. Yeah. Yeah. Yo. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype.
Yeah. Mic check 1, 2. This is Thomas on the air. Pulling back the curtains, truth is laid bare. No fake smiles, no filters, no disguise. Just a raw reflection in your mind's eyes. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brothers, stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth
What is going on? Happy Friday, everybody. Hit that like button on your way in. We have a special show for you tonight because I'm tired of hearing the lie that black men built nothing. You hear it all over Twitter, all over Instagram. Black men built nothing. But when we look at what black men have built a significant part of American history, black history, and history in general. And in today's show, we're going to examine tons of inventions that black people have created. And one of those inventions are going to piss off all the pro-black women. Because if it wasn't for this one black man, you would not have 4G internet. You wouldn't have 4G, and you wouldn't have a computer that you enjoy right now, that you're watching this stream on, that you're watching the replay on, that without black men, you wouldn't even have internet right now to talk a bunch of crap about black men. So without further ado, let's get into the show. But before we do, you know what we got to do. we got to make sure you hit that like button. So y'all know I like to do my little like thing. Let me make sure I have it. Here it is. Hit that like button.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Ow, ow.
Let me play it one more time.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Ow, ow.
There we go. So, black men built nothing, right? So that's the story we're going with. Pro-black women. Now, before we get into the show, there's a tweet that went viral. And it's the funniest thing I've heard all day. People have been commenting on it since yesterday. For those of you who don't know, there's this woman that is broke. What else is name? So there's this broke black woman who's trying to expose her landlord. She's trying to expose her landlord for attempting to do the nasty with her. Hold on, it gets good. So she's attempting to expose her landlord, but trying to get intimate with her in exchange for rent. So this is the story. This has been going viral ever since yesterday. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. So she's exposing my landlord because clearly this is unprofessional. Now, this is the landlord saying it. Tiana, we still got a problem. I told you before I needed the 150 by today, or we were going to have an issue. I told you I don't have, I think that's 1,500. 1,500 right now. Let me see. Yep, I don't have 1,500 right now. Okay, well, you still owe me 1,200. But listen, if you want to come by my place tonight, we can have a little date, spend some time, and we can call it even on the rent. She said, so you want me to sleep with you instead of paying the rent? I'm saying we can handle it in private. You won't have to worry about rent this month if we do. And see, this is what I'm saying. Why are you exposing your landlord for doing this? Because as soon as I saw this tweet, I thought about y'all remember the movie Set It Off with Nate, where the character was like, Nate, I got a problem, Nate. Help me, Nate. And then Nate was like this.
You ain't did a doggone thing until you stand up in it.
That was Nate. Nate was like, come on, girl. Nate was like, come on. You know you can do a little something strange for some change. And this, That's exactly what it was. It was a Nate situation. First of all, why would you have yourself in a position like that anyway to not be able to pay your rent? So you have three choices. Either you pay your rent, you move out, or this is the third choice.
You ain't did a doggone thing until you stand up in
it. That's the third choice. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's all you get. And then I went on the tweet. I was like, no money, no job. Stay home giving BJs. If y'all remember the song Uchi Wally, that's what they said. She's in that same position. So what you gonna do? And then I remember someone else commented where they were like, what would you do if your son was at home? And y'all know the rest of the song. So in my opinion, she might as well just do something strange for some change, get it over with, and not get herself in this position again. That's all I can say. That's all I would do. If I was her, I would just be like, you know what? Let's do it. The rent's taken care of for the month, and I'll figure it out next month. That's what I would do. But who am I? So now, what you've all been waiting for is the topic of tonight's live stream is Black Men Built Nothing. Because I'm tired of people going around on social media perpetuating all of the negative stereotypes about Black men, claiming that we've built nothing. But if we really built nothing, then America wouldn't even be here. Like, we built America. Black people, especially Black men, built America. So there was this pastor, and y'all know me over here. I don't do church. I don't do religion. So there was this pastor who claims Black men built nothing. And we're going to play that video, and then we're going to talk about it.
We got to deal with this. And we need to begin to
hold on. Here
talk
we go.
about it. Ask God to help. We got to deal with this. And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help Black people where they are. Black.
All right. First off, let's God ain't helping Black people. Let's get that straight. If you go to any hood in America, I don't care if it's Philly, if it's Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, Atlanta, Georgia, Memphis, Tennessee, Louisiana, there's a hood in every state, but there's a liquor store on the corner, there's a church down the street, there's check cashing places down the street from that, and then there's a bunch of poor Black folk. So if the church is going to help Black people, don't you think the church would have done something by now? Absolutely. The church ain't helping Black folk. The church is actually doing more against Black people than for Black people. Let's keep it a buck. The majority of people that go to church are women. Men don't go to church because men don't like all the sensationalism and all of the today's church feels like a club. That's what today's church is, a club for adults. I remember growing up, and one of my old friends said to me, he said, church is a club for adults that don't want to go out anymore. And that's true. Let's get back to the video.
People had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one. There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa.
Well, somebody failed geography. Egypt is in Africa. Who failed geography? Because if you go to Egypt, you will see Ramses, you will see Imhotep, you will see the pyramids, you would see monuments, the obelisk. Why do you think? Now let's think for a second. If black men didn't build anything, why is there an obelisk in Washington, D.C., Egypt, the Vatican, and Mexico City? Why is there pyramids all over the world if black men didn't build anything? Why? Black men didn't build anything and there's pyramids all over the world? So you mean to tell me that black men didn't build anything? Let me share this video real quick to make sure everybody knows that I'm live. But yeah, this is why I'm saying a lot of pro-black women don't know black history, and we're going to get into that in a second. But how can you say Egypt isn't in Africa when Cairo, Egypt is part of Africa? So what are you talking about?
There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa or the slave ships, black men built nothing.
So, and see, this is the narrative that pro-black women choose to run with every single time. They're like, black men built nothing. Black men, even in Africa today, Ghana. Ghana is one of the richest places in Africa. Why do you think so many other countries want the natural resources of Africa? If black men built nothing, the iPhone that you have, right now was probably the little chips. A lot of that material comes from Africa. Even though Africa is an underdeveloped country, it's underdeveloped because of economics. It's by design that so much of Africa is underdeveloped and in disarray. It's actually by design. So when we look at Africa and we look at America as a whole, this guy is nothing more than a black white supremacist. He's like Uncle Ruckus.
No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone, all of them made out of grass and wood. Black men.
Last time I checked, and I've seen videos on Africa before, especially I have a best friend that's from Nigeria, another friend of mine who's from Ghana. No, Africa isn't a bunch of mud huts with straw on top. You're thinking about the Aboriginal Africans that had the huts with the straws on top. And you know what? White people think like that. I remember years ago, there was a realtor. She was a white lady. And I remember I said, I want to visit Africa. And the white lady looked at me and was like, why do you want to visit Africa? It's nothing but a bunch of mud huts with grass on top. And that's the white supremacist mindset. They want to demonize both black people in America and black people in Africa. Because in order for you to say black men built nothing, you have to do that. You have to say black men didn't contribute to anything. And you can't. You can't say black men built nothing.
Before the white man ever got to Africa, the worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation.
So, if this is true, why do they try to off? And I want to be careful of my words because I'm on YouTube and I don't want to get. Why is it that every black leader in Africa is a target? Why? So if black men can't lead and run a nation, why do they target black leaders in Africa? Why do they have leadership in Africa that is doing the right thing? Shout out to all of my African brothers and sisters. Why is it that you're focused on things that simply aren't true? Because the thing about it is, and we're going to get into it, a lot of these pro-black women are from Africa. They're from the Caribbean. They're from Nigeria. They're from Ghana. They're from Africa. So you're an African talking down on not only your own men in Africa, but you're talking down on black American men. And you're repeating the exact same thing that this BS preacher is trying to say. Why is that? Because the modern day black woman is a black white supremacist. That's it. That's it. I said it. Y'all can get mad all you want. The modern day black woman is the modern day black white supremacist. They're the female Uncle Ruckus. Why do you have to be pro-black only? Why do you have to be pro-black woman only? Why can't you be pro-black only? And see, a lot of you are so deceived and you don't know African history. And I can tell because they all say the same thing. Why don't you go and build? Why don't you go and build? Build this, build that, build this, do that, do this. Well, guess what? Black men built just about everything you enjoy and more. They truly did.
They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem.
We do got a problem. The problem is lies. The problem is deceit. And the problem is generalizations. How are you going to generalize an entire group of men and then say we didn't build anything? We built the world and everything in it. And let's get into the slideshow, the presentation that we've all been waiting for. And I hope the pro-black women are watching, because this is for y'all. And I actually sent the link to this stream to one of the pro-black women that are featured in this video. So today's pro-black women only accounts, they always want to say that black men built nothing. This is nothing more than a white supremacist mindset that continues to separate black women and black men. Black women continue to be the guard dogs of white supremacy. Typically, these accounts are Caribbean, Nigerian, Ghana, and Dominican. Typically, these accounts. Because if you notice these accounts, they always say the same thing. Black men need to build. Black men need to do this. Black men need to do that. They need to do this. They're always telling us what we need to do. Why? Why do you constantly have a need to tell us, black men, what we need to do? When you're a black woman with a low marriage rate, high divorce rate, and you don't even make enough money, you don't even out-earn Latino men. So how are you going to tell black men that we need to build and y'all are lagging behind so much? So let's continue. Shout out to you, the Quality Recipe LLC. Congratulations, you made it in the video. I'm going to hit you with this one. I'm going to hit you with this because you made it in the video. This is for you, the Quality Recipe LLC.
You ain't did a doggone thing until you stand up in it.
I'm sorry. I had to do that. That was for you, the Quality Recipe LLC. And see, this is again a white supremacist talking point. Because white supremacists, they always say this. And I've dealt with white supremacists since 2010. I've debated, debunked, and I know all of their talking points. And this is one of them. This right here is one of their talking points. Have no black men blank because they can't build nothing. The call is coming from inside the house. Uneducated take. Black men didn't build anything. Really now. All right, let's get into it. There's a book. I actually have this book. It's called Black People Invented Everything. There's a book. Black People Invented Everything by Dr. Sujan Kumar Das. Black people invented everything. This is a book that talks about all the modern day inventions that black people created. Not only that, there's two other books. And a lot of people don't read. A lot of these pro-black women only accounts do not read. When the World Was Black. This is a very good book. They have two books, When the World Was Black, and then When the World Was Black. This is part one. When the World Was Black, part one. And then you have part two. So there's two books. All of this knowledge in these books will change the way you look at black men. So if black men really didn't build anything, why do we have so many books that say otherwise? And these are by actual authors, by the way. So, actually, I'll put those. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put my books back. So if black men really didn't build anything, why are there books? Why are there books telling you the opposite? That's my question. The Quality Recipe LLC, because I know you're watching. Don't be shy now. You ain't shy on Twitter. Because you be calling black men every name but a child of God. Now all of a sudden you want to be quiet. Black people invented everything. And see, here's some African American inventions. We have the almanac. We have the baby buggy by William H. Richardson. We have the blood plasma bag by Charles Drew. We have the cellular car phone by Henry T. Sampson. We have the corn harvester by Henry Blair. The elevator, Alexander Miles. The electric lamp by Lewis Latimer. The Emergency Fire Escape Mechanism by James E. Huntley. The Fire Extinguisher by Thomas J. Martin. The Gas Mask by Garrett Morgan. The Guitar by Robert J. Fleming Jr. Ice Cream by Augustus Jackson. Imaging and X-Ray by George E. Alcorn. The Lawnmower by John A. Burr or Bayer. The Mailbox by Philip B. Downing. The Mop by Thomas Stewart. Peanut Butter, George Carver. Potato Chip, Miriam S. Thomas. The Straightening Comb by our sister, Madam C.J. Walker. The Traffic Light by Garrett Morgan. So as you can see, black men built this. So if you're a pro-black woman, still saying that black men didn't build anything, I have some snow to sell you from the North Pole. In 90-degree weather, I would like to sell you some snow. Because it's delusional how you actually think that black men didn't build anything when I'm showing you proof right now. Black men built the world and everything in it, and you're just gonna have to cope. Pro-black women and black women that hate black men. Here we go. Look at what we have here. Alexander Miles invented the automated elevator doors. So if you go on an elevator today, a black man invented that contraption. Henry Boyd created the bedstead, a type of bed still used today. And y'all should know about Lewis Latimer, the carbon light bulb filament. So when you look at black men and, oh, they didn't build anything, they're nothing but lazy people. That is simply untrue. Black men built the world. And there's nothing a white supremacist or a black white supremacist can ever say to disprove anything I'm saying. I challenge anyone to disprove what I'm saying. I guarantee you can't. I guarantee it. Exhibit highlights African American innovation. Where are all the pro-black women at? Because y'all have a lot of smoke for black men online. But where are you? It's all smoke and mirrors. Y'all ain't gonna try and come in here and disprove anything I'm saying. So we have again the traffic light, Garrett Morgan, November 20th, 1923. Fire extinguisher by T. Marshall, October 26, 1872. The ironing board by a black woman by the name of Sarah Boone on December 30th, 1887. The refrigerator, J. Standard, June 14th, 1891. The almanac, Benjamin Banneker, 1791. And the cell phone by Henry T. Sampson, July 6, 1971. Other inventions by African Americans is the elevator, Alexander Miles, October 11th, 1867, the lawnmower, L.A. Burr, May 19th, 1889, street sweeper, Charles B. Brooks, March 17th, 1890, the air conditioning unit, Frederick M. Jones, July 12th, 1949, the electric microphone, what I'm talking to you in right now, was created by a black man. Would you look at that? The very microphone that I'm using right now was developed in 1962 by Dr. James E. West. And you mean to tell me that black men didn't build nothing? You mean to tell me that black men didn't build nothing? And the very microphone that I'm talking to you on right now, the concept of this microphone was invented and developed by a black man. If a black man did not create the concept of a microphone, we would not have it today. And you mean to tell me that black men didn't build nothing? That all we do is just cause crime and knock up black women and leave? Absolutely not. Like, these pro-black women are so delusional that it's almost funny. Because you can't say that black men didn't build anything when you're looking at the invention right here, the mic, the computer. Modern day computing would not be here if it wasn't for black men. Video games wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a black man. Like, yeah, we have PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox, but the very first gaming console, black guy. Here we go. The first automobile. See, this is even a laughing joke at this point when you talk about, oh, black men didn't invent nothing. Yeah, we did. The very first automobile, the Patterson Greenfield automobile. Black man. And this is photo evidence that black men created it. The very first vehicle was not from Henry Ford. It was from a black man. Oh, crap. Providence Hospital in Chicago was the first black-owned and operated hospital in the United States, founded by Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. Pro-black women, where y'all at? Y'all want to say that we didn't build nothing? But yet, the very first black-owned hospital was created by a black man, a black doctor at that. He wasn't a business owner, he was a doctor. The first ambulance company in the United States was the Freedom House Ambulance Service, founded in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 1967. Shout out to the Freedom House Ambulance Service. Black owned, black operated. You see the black man in the photo. It wasn't white, it was all black. But yet, the ambulances that we have today would not have been possible had it not been for the Freedom House Ambulance Service. So when you see an ambulance drive by, think about the Freedom House Ambulance Service. But yet, pro-black women like to say black men didn't build nothing, right? We didn't build anything. Here we go. Let me blow this up so y'all can read it. The first successful open heart surgery was performed by Dr. Daniel Hale Williams on July 10th, 1893 at Providence Hospital in Chicago. But wait a minute now. Let's scroll up. Providence Hospital in Chicago. I thought black men didn't build none. But yet you have a black doctor with a black hospital performing the first successful open heart surgery. But yet black men didn't build anything. Y'all really want to keep running with that drawn out false narrative that black men didn't build anything? Are you serious? Y'all want to say black men didn't build anything? We built a lot. Everything you enjoy was built by a black man. Dr. Williams operated on a patient, James Cornish, who had been stabbed in the chest. During the surgery, Dr. Williams repaired a tear in the pericardium, the sac surrounding the heart, and a damaged artery. Cornish survived the surgery and lived for another 20 years. This landmark surgery is considered a significant milestone in the history of medicine, as it demonstrated the feasibility of performing surgery on the beating heart. It also highlighted the pioneering work of Dr. Williams, who was an African-American surgeon working at the time of racial segregation. And this is a picture of Dr. Williams, a black man. Here we go. Color IBM, the monitor that you're watching me on, invented by a black man. Color IBM monitor and gigahertz chip, co-invented by Mark Dean, 1980 and 1999. Before the screens and high-definition LCD monitors were the norm, PC displays were limited to screens with no color that was tethered to computers with limiting processing power. That all changed thanks to a black inventor and engineer, Mark Dean. Dean began working for IBM as a chief engineer in the early 1980s, making up a team of 12 people who would develop the first IBM PC. In addition to helping create IBM's original machine in his early years with the company, he also worked to develop the color monitor. Y'all hear that? The color monitor. So y'all pro-black women get online, y'all talk a bunch of crap about black men, only to find out that black men invented the color monitor that you talk crap about us on all day, every day. Would you look at that? In addition to helping create IBM's original machine in his early years with the company, he also worked to develop the color monitor and lead the team that developed the first gigahertz processor. The massive chip built in 1999 would allow for higher processing rates at faster speeds within PCs. And this is a picture of Mark Dean, a black man. So when y'all say black men haven't built anything, y'all are just lying. Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker was famous for his accomplishments in mathematics, astronomy, and surveying, as well as for publishing an almanac that was widely respected for its accuracy and content. He was also known for his contributions to the survey of Washington, D.C., and for his correspondence with Thomas Jefferson, where he challenged the hypocrisy of slavery in a nation founded on liberty. According to the White House Historical Association and National Park Service, this is Benjamin Banneker. This is Benjamin Banneker. Alexander Miles. Anyone who's written Modern Elevators has Alexander Miles to thank for the Steyr Alternatives automatic doors. Prior to his design's 1867 patent, riders had to manually open and close two sets of doors when entering and exiting elevator cars. If a passenger happened to forget to close one of the doors, subsequent elevator riders risk a potentially fatal fall down the elevator shaft. Because, as the adage goes, necessity is the mother of invention. Miles created the mechanism that forced both elevator doors to close simultaneously, thus preventing dangerous accidents. So the elevators that we ride on every day, a black man, a black man created the automatic mechanism for both elevator doors to close. So without that invention, but black men didn't build nothing, right? According to the pro-black women, black men, according to the pro-black women, black men didn't invent anything. The first video game console with interchangeable game cartridges was the Fairchild Channel F, developed by a team led by Gerald Jerry Lawson, a black engineer. Lawson is often referred to as the father of the video game cartridge. His work at Fairchild Semiconductor in the 1970s revolutionized the gaming industry by allowing players to swap out games rather than being limited to the built-in games of the console. He was a pioneering black engineer who led the development of the Fairchild Channel F. The console, released in 1976, was the first to use swappable game cartridges, a significant innovation at the time. Lawson's work paved the way for future cartridge-based systems like the Atari 2600, and his legacy is celebrated as a cornerstone of modern gaming. The father of the cartridge. His invention of the interchangeable cartridge is why he is often called the father of the video game cartridge. Other notable features of the Channel F. It is also included the first digital at-home joystick and the first pause button on a gaming console. Shout out to all the gamers. Put a 1 in the chat right now if you're a gamer. Because of this black man, we are able to enjoy the gaming that we have now. If it wasn't for him, gaming would be different. We wouldn't have the gaming that we have now, but it's all thanks to a black man. But yet the pro-black women always love to say black men didn't build nothing. For those of you who just joined the stream, welcome. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're a pro-black woman watching the stream and not saying anything, this is for you. This is for you.
You did a doggone thing until you stand up in it.
That's for all the pro-black women watching the stream that ain't saying nothing. Anyway, back to the remove this. Here we go. All right. Jesse Russell. He is the cell phone we use today father of the 4G wireless technology. So a lot of the pro-black women like to use cell phones to talk crap to black men. You wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for a black man. Y'all love to talk y'all stuff, but you forget that it was a black man who gave you that opportunity and invented and who was the father of 4G. Amazing wireless inventions and patents. Jesse Russell's inventions have truly changed how we use wireless communication. His ideas for wireless systems and devices have made a huge difference. He is famous for inventing the digital cellular base station. This is like a main tower for cell phones. He also invented the fiber optic microcell. Shout out to Verizon. Verizon wouldn't have fiber optic if it wasn't for a black man. These inventions helped bring new digital services to mobile phone users. Russell has over 100 patents that are either approved or in progress. Here's a few examples of his important patents. Patent description: advanced device for connecting to many wireless networks. Designed for a broadband cable phone network. Wireless communication base station, aka cell tower. Wireless phone that can pick the best network automatically. Wireless system where cell towers share the same information. Mobile data telephone base station for mobile radio systems. Hold on, y'all. Is that a spider? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Sorry, y'all. I did have to kill a spider. Came out of nowhere. But anyway, what was I saying? So let me make sure. Hold on. All right. So, Black Wall Street. So, for those of you who don't know what Black Wall Street is, Black Wall Street was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And it was a black place where black men and women, it was a black community with black people. And they lived in harmony. They did stuff together. They did a lot. And we lived in harmony. It was Black Wall Street. But this is Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street still exists today in Stonecrest, Georgia. They rebuilt Black Wall Street in Stonecrest, Georgia. So now we're going to get into in 2025, because a lot of the pro-black women will say, well, what about today? We don't want to hear about the history. We want to know, where are the black men at today? So the wealthiest black man in the United States is David Stewart, the founder and chairman of Worldwide Technology. His net worth is an estimated to be $11.4 billion, according to Forbes. WWT is a global IT solutions provider with over 10,000 employees and generates over $20 billion in annual revenue. Stewart's wealth and success have earned him a spot on Forbes' 2024 list of the 400 wealthiest Americans. But yet you want to tell me black men didn't build anything? Black-owned banks. In the United States, several banks are black-owned and operated, playing a crucial role in promoting financial inclusion and economic empowerment within black communities. Largest owned banks: Liberty Bank and Trust Company, founded in New Orleans, Louisiana in 1972. It is the largest black-owned bank in the United States, with over $1 billion in assets and branches in 11 states. It focuses on lending to underdeserved communities. One United Bank, the largest black-owned bank and the first black-owned digital bank in the U.S., with branches in Boston, Los Angeles, and Miami. It emphasizes financial empowerment, digital banking solutions, and closing the race wealth gap. City First Bank, based in Washington, D.C., it's another prominent black-owned bank, especially after its merger with Broadway Federal Bank, making it one of the largest minority depository institutions by total assets. So again, pro-black women, you still want to run with that narrative that black men don't build and black men haven't built anything? You're still going to run with that narrative after everything you've seen here. Black-owned banks by state. This is an article that was actually fact-checked by Betsy Patrick, reviewed by Margaret James, and written by Ward Williams in February of 2025. So this is an article about black-owned banks. Other notable banks and financial institutions: Citizens Truist Bank, founded in Atlanta, Georgia in 1921. Carver Federal Savings Bank, headquartered in New York City. It is a certified community development bank and is recognized for its commitment to supporting Black and Latino entrepreneurs. Industrial Bank, based in Washington, D.C., it is a certified community development bank and plays a significant role in serving Black majority communities. Greenwood Bank, a digital banking platform that aims to provide modern banking solutions for Black and Latino communities, focusing on features like interest-bearing savings accounts, peer-to-peer transfers, and community reinvestment initiatives. So here are some key takeaways that we've learned about Black-owned banks. There are 148 minority-owned financial institutions in the United States. Taken together, they have approximately $349 billion in assets in total. Of these, 23 are Black-owned banks. Black-owned banks provide customers not only access to the financial resources they need, but also the chance to invest in the financial health and well-being of their community. Black-owned banks also play a crucial and critical role in fighting modern-day systematic racism in the financial sector. Critics of Black-owned for-profit banks have posted that true financial justice requires institutions such as not-for-profit credit unions that are separate from a financial system rooted in racism and exploitation. Black business. And here we go. We're getting to my favorite part, stats and data. There are a large number of Black-owned businesses in the United States, with an estimated 3.7 million in total. While the majority of these businesses are small and without employees, there's also a significant number of employer firms with over 161,000 Black-owned businesses employing over 1.4 million people. These businesses contribute significantly to the U.S. economy, generating over $206 billion in revenue. I'm wondering if I should go live on X. Anyway, these businesses contribute significantly to the U.S. economy, generating over $206 billion in revenue. Here's some key statistics. Number of businesses, approximately 3.7 million Black-owned businesses in the United States. Around 161,422 Black-owned businesses have employees. These employer firms employ over 1.4 million people. Black-owned businesses generate about $206.1 billion in revenue. The healthcare and social assistance sector has the highest concentration of Black-owned businesses, followed by professional, scientific, and technical services. Geographic distribution. Most Black-owned businesses are located in urban areas, with Florida, Georgia, Texas, and California having the highest number of tech businesses, according to Pew Research Center. And you know, we got to look at the stats. Y'all know what it is. Put a 1 in the chat if you're here for the stats and data. A look at Black-owned businesses in the continental United States. And see, this is what pro-Black women don't like. They don't like stats. They don't like data. They don't like it. Because when the pro-Black women love to talk about Black men haven't built anything, they fail to realize that the statistics and data that we present, not only in today's video, but are online for everybody to see, contradict everything that they say. A look at Black-owned businesses in the U.S. This is from February 12th of this year, 2025. Black or African American owned businesses made up the greatest share of firms in DC, Maryland, and Georgia in 2022. And as you can see in the chart, Washington, DC, Maryland, and Georgia in 2022 had the majority of Black-owned businesses. How many workers do Black-owned businesses employ? Black or African American majority-owned firms employed roughly 1.6 million workers in 2022. The firm's annual payroll were estimated at $61.2 billion. About 7 in 10 Black-owned firms, 71%, had between 1 and 9 employees in 2022. Much smaller shares had 10 to 49, 13%, or 50 or more, 3% workers that year. Another 13% had paid employees at the time during the year, but reported having none at the time the survey was conducted. The ABS determines employment size by the number of paid workers during the March 12th pay period. What's the most common sector? By far, healthcare and social assistance. Nearly 50,000 of the roughly 195,000 U.S. companies with majority Black or African American ownership, or 26% of the total, were part of this sector in 2022. Oh no, who are the business owners? Shout out to the pro-Black women watching the stream. I gotta hit y'all with this just in case y'all are lurking. This goes out to all the pro-Black women and Black women that hate Black men. Nate wants to say something to you.
You ain't did a doggone thing until you stand up in
it. Nate had to drop in. So who are Black business owners? They're more likely to be men than women. Would you look at that? I thought pro-Black women said that Black men didn't build anything, but yet we own the majority of Black-owned businesses in the Black community. So how can you say that we don't own anything and we haven't built anything when the majority of black-owned businesses in America are run not only by black men, but educated black men? But you want to say, oh, black men haven't built anything. We own the majority of black-owned businesses in America. Not only that, we're middle-aged. But first, 54% of black-owned firms in 2022 had men as their majority owners, while 39% had women as their majority owners. Another 7% had equal male-female ownership. So the majority of black-owned businesses, according to Pew Research Center, clearly states that they are black men. So when you get on the internet pro-black women or black women that hate black men or racist white people that don't know when to be quiet, and you get on social media and lie and say black men haven't built anything, go to Pew Research Center and then read this. Not only that, number two, they tend to be young. They're not old. They're young. They're middle-aged. Half of black or African American business owners who reported their age group were ages 35 to 54. So they're middle age. They're 35 to 54 in 2022. Another 26% were 55 to 64. So the majority of black-owned business the majority of black business owners are middle-aged black men between the ages of 35 to 54 and 55 to 64, with only 16% were 65 and older, and just 7% were younger than 35. So the majority of our young people, the majority of our young black men are not business owners. The majority of the middle-aged black men are. So y'all can stop with the whole false narrative that black men didn't build anything, because we're building the world. We're building everything. But you want to say black men didn't build anything. And guess what? The majority have a 4-year college degree. See, these pro-black women keep losing every single day. They're just a bunch of losers that get online and talk crap about black men every single day when they don't have any statistical backing to back them up. Because they always want to say, oh, well, black women are the most educated demographic of women in the entire United States. No, you are not. But out of the black-owned businesses, the majority of them are not only owned by men, but they're owned by educated black men. They have a bachelor's degree. Among owners who reported their highest level of education completed, 27% had a bachelor's degree, and get this, 34% had a graduate or a professional degree beyond a bachelor's in 2022. So y'all can dead that whole narrative that, oh, black women are more educated. A lot of black women are educated, and we don't take that away. But for you to say that black men hasn't built anything, that's just a lie. You know it's a lie, and I'm telling you it's a lie. So are there black-owned Fortune 500 companies? Yes. There are black-owned companies listed in the Fortune 500, and the number of black CEOs leading these companies reached a record high of 8 in 2023. These companies collectively generated $227.7 billion in total revenue and had a combined market value of $329 billion. Pro-black women, y'all need to shut it. Y'all need to be quiet. Stop saying that black men haven't built anything when we have 8 of the richest black men in the Fortune 500. How many black women are in the Fortune 500? How many black women are making above $48,000 a year? Worry about that. Black women right now have lost 300,000 jobs from April until now. It's 300,000 jobs. So y'all can't even say that black men haven't built anything. Black CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, let's name them. Rosalind Brewer, CEO of Walgreens Boots Alliance. Marvin Ellison, CEO of Lowe's. Oh no. So y'all, I bet y'all didn't know that the Lowe's CEO was black. Not only that, let's not forget about Red Lobster. The CEO of Red Lobster is a black man. Cassandra Brown Duckett, CEO of TIAA. Christopher Womack, CEO of Southern Company. Calvin Butler, CEO of Exelon. Frankie Clyburn Jr., CEO of International Favors and Fragrances. David Rawlinson II, CEO of Curate Retail Inc. Tony Towns Whitley, CEO of Science Applications International. So that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to get ready to end the stream on a good note. With all that's being said right here, it's time for black women to stop lying on black men. It's time for black women to stop telling the lie that, oh, well, black men don't build. Because we built the world and everything in it. So stop pushing that false narrative that harms the black community and start thinking logically. Because you wouldn't have the majority of stuff that you have right now if it wasn't for a black man. You wouldn't have it. But anyway, y'all, that's been it for tonight's live stream. Thank you all for coming out. I know everybody was lurking today. Go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. And don't forget to share this video with a pro-black woman near you. I want this video to go viral. Let's make this my first viral live stream that I've ever had. Like, share, and subscribe. and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Before. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brothers, stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Thomas bringing truth like pages from the past. A voice that echoes, never fading fast. It's a podcast, but it feels like more. Opening doors you've never seen before. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Life's got layers, not just what's in sight. Brothers, stand tall, let's rewrite the code. Truth in your headphones, ready to unload. Fades with a confident cadence, supported by laid back beat, smooth bass line. The vibe is gritty, yet motivation. Keep it real, stay strong, rise above the hype. Yeah.